Guru Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON founder Acharya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivar Acharya Asasya Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki, Ananta Kati Vaishnavrinda ki, Namacharya Srila Hajar Sakur ki, प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की, नवदीप मायापुर धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की, गंगा माई यमुना माई की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, चैतन्य चरित्रामृत की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. Yeah, welcome to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So today we are discussing on Canto 4, Chapter 2, Text 24. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now let's recite the sloka. Vidya buddhir avidyayam karma mayam asaujada samsaram jam ihaye samum anusarvava maninam. Vidya buddhir avidyayam karma mayam asaujada samsaranav ihahi chamum anusarvava maninam. Vidya buddhir avidyayam karma mayam asaujada samsarantam ihaye chamum anusarvava maninam. Prabhuji. Chamam maninam nusarvava maninam. Karma mayam asaujada saryaye chamam anusarvava maninam. Vidya buddhir avidyayam karma mayam asaujada samsaranam iha chamam anusarvava maninam. Vidya buddhir avidyayam karma mayam asaujada samsaranka ihaye chamum anusarvava maninam. Vidya buddhir avidyayam karma mayam asaujada navanu anusarvava maninam. Now let's go to word meaning. Vidya buddhi, materialistic education and intelligence. Avidyayam, in near science. Karma mayam, formed of fruitive activities. Asau, he daksha. Jada, dull. Samsarantu, let them take birth again and again. Iha, here in this world, a, who, cha, and, amum, daksha, anu, following, sarva, shiva, avamaninam, insulting. Now let's read the translation. Those who have become as dull as matter by cultivating materialistic education and intelligence are near-sightingly involved in fruitive activities. Such men as purposely insulted Lord Shiva, may they continue in the cycle of repeated birth and death. Now let's go through purport. Translated and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki. The three curses mentioned above are sufficient to make one as dull as stone, void of spiritual knowledge and preoccupied with materialistic education, which is near science. After uttering these curses, Nandishwara then cursed the Brahmanas to continue in the cycle of birth and death because of their supporting Daksha and blaspheming Lord Shiva. We are also today discussing on text 25 and 26. I quickly read everything. Gira Shrutaya Pushpinya Madhugandena Bhurina Madnak Samatitam Mana Samun Yantu Hara Dvisha. Translation. May those who are envious of Lord Shiva, being attracted by the flowery language of the enchanting Vedic promises, and who have thus become dull, always remain attached to fruitive activities. Purport. The Vedic promises of elevation to higher planets for a better standard of materialistic life are compared to flowery language, because in a flower there is certainly an aroma, but that aroma doesn't last for a very long time. In a flower there is honey, but that honey is not eternal. Text 26. Sarva Vaksa Dvija Vrittai Dhrita Vidya Tapo Brata Vitta Dehendriya Rama Yachaka Vichiranta Viha. Translation. These Brahmanas take to education, austerity and vows only for the purpose of maintaining the body. They shall be devoid of discrimination between what to eat and what not to eat. They will acquire money, begging from door to door, simply for the satisfaction of the body. Purport. The third curse inflicted by Nandishwara on the Brahmanas who supported Daksha is completely functioning in the age of Kali. The so-called Brahmanas are no longer interested in understanding the nature of Supreme Brahman. Although a Brahmana means one who has attained knowledge about Brahman. In the Vedanta Sutra also it is stated, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. The human form of life is meant for realization of the Supreme Brahman, the absolute truth, or in other words, human life is meant for one's elevation to the post of Brahmana. Unfortunately, the modern Brahmanas or so-called Brahmanas who come in originally Brahminical families have left their own occupational duties, but they do not allow others to occupy the post of Brahmanas. The qualifications for Brahmanas are described in the scriptures, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and all other Vedic literatures. Brahmana is not a hereditary title or position. If someone from a non-Brahmana family, for example, one born in a family of Sudra, tries to become a Brahmana by being properly qualified under the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, these so-called Brahmanas will object. Such Brahmanas, having been cursed by Nandishwara, are actually in a position where they have no longer discrimination between eatables and non-eatables and simply live to maintain the perishable material body and its family. Such fallen conditioned souls are not worthy to be called Brahmanas, but in Kali Yuga they claim to be Brahmanas. And if a person actually tries to attain the Brahminical qualifications, they try to hinder this progress. This is the situation in the present age. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu condemned this principle very strongly. During his conversation with Ramananda Raya, he said that regardless of whether a person is born in a Brahmana family or Sudra family, regardless of whether he is a householder or a sannyasi, if he knows the signs of Krishna, he must be a spiritual master. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had many so-called Sudra disciples like Haridas Thakur and Ramananda Raya. Even the Goswamis, who were principal students of Lord Chaitanya, were also ostracized from Brahmana society. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by his grace, made them first-class Vaishnavas. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, again welcome to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So before starting the class, I want to show that I don't have any qualification to sit in this Vyasasana, but due to the mercy of you all great devotees, I am here in this Vyasasana. So one of the great quality of great devotee is merciful nature. So you all devotees have showered me the mercy. So I am here in Vyasasana. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for attending this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. Now I want to begin this Srimad Bhagavatam class. So like the sun provides vitamin 3D, similarly Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, continuous reading and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam provides 3D. So what are those 3Ds? So one is detachment. So if you continuously read Srimad Bhagavatam in a deep, in a sincere way, it provides the detachment from this material world. We are too much attached to our body, we are too much attached to our society, family. So if we continuously read Srimad Bhagavatam and hear Srimad Bhagavatam, naturally it will give us detachment from the material world. And the second is devotional service. Each and every word of the Srimad Bhagavatam has the potency to provide devotional service to everyone. We all are seeking for the real love, for the real happiness since time immemorial. So if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, that will give us the devotional service and love for Godhead. So Prabhupada has gave his life for translating and preaching the message of Srimad Bhagavatam all around the world. This is the Srimad Bhagavatam is the life of Srila Prabhupada. That's why we have to take Srimad Bhagavatam as our own life and soul. And we have to read Srimad Bhagavatam every day, taking it very seriously. And we have to pass the message of Srimad Bhagavatam to other people. And the third D, that is determination and enthusiasm. So if one reads Srimad Bhagavatam every day very seriously, he gets the determination and enthusiasm to perform bhakti in a very serious way. One gets inspiration to chant the holy name of the Lord. One gets inspiration to serve Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. One gets inspiration to serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada. So that is the potency of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the potency of hearing and reading Srimad Bhagavatam every day. Srimad Bhagavatam, we have got many doubts and problems in our life, right? So Srimad Bhagavatam, this is a solution for all the doubts and problems of your life. So now so by saying this, I want to little glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. So human life is very rare, you know. Radha Krishna, Manusya Janama Paila, Radha Krishna Nabhajiya, Janiya Sunya Bisa Khaina. So even if after getting the human body, one doesn't do the bhakti of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, Sri Sri Radha Krishna, then he is knowingly drinking the poison. Because you know, human life is very rare. It is not cheap thing. There are 8.4 million species of human life in this universe. It's a very rare thing actually. Bahunam janma namante gyanavam mam prapadate vasudeva sarvaiti samahatma sudurlabha. After many births, one who is actually in knowledge realizes Sri Krishna to be the supreme personality of Godhead, and he realizes Krishna to be the cause of all causes, and he surrenders to him. After many births, not one life, two life, after many millions of life, one gets the opportunity to get the human body. And in human body also, according to the consciousness, there are various stages. So Rupa Goswami in the Nectar of Instruction, describes the various stages of human according to consciousness. So the lower labor of human according to consciousness are ugra karmis. So ugra karmis lives with the conception of me, just me. Such persons live only for the sake of living. They eat only for the sake of eating. So they do whatever only for the sake of living. They don't have any purpose in life. So their goal of life is only to advance materially. So they don't have any kind of spiritual knowledge. So they just focus on material advancement. So such people don't care about others also. So he just thinks, such person thinks only about their benefit. Only for, so when you go for book distribution in the street, right? So when you pass books to the people, so most of the people they say, is the book free? Like that. They don't care. They must have little sense, like, so to print the cost, there must be some expenses. And if we say like we passing these books on a donation, we can help with some donation, and they say such books, such religious books, such spiritual books must be distributed free. They say like that. But such people spend thousands of dollars drinking wine, cigarettes, everything. They send on such unnecessary things. So one Prabhu was sharing his story before coming to Krishna conscious story. So he had one dog in his house. So one day, like, he was giving some food to the dog, and in the food there was something like that not good for the health of the dog, and he tries to take that thing from the food of the dog, and the dog attacked the master. The dog attacked the Prabhu. The dog did not know that he is doing that for my own benefit. The dog thought that he is taking away my food. That's why he attacked Prabhu. So such activity, such dog activity, if performed by the human, they are called ugra karmis. So they only live for conception of me. They don't care about others. Such people ugra karmis. And then he makes little progress after millions of life, thousands and millions of life, and he come to the level of karma kanda. So karma kanda people, they live with the conception of me and my family, my body, my society, my country, like that. People live with this conception. So only after coming to the level of karma kanda, one is considered a human. So ugra karmis, they are not considered human. That life is animalistic life actually. So only coming to the karma kanda level, one is considered a human being. And in the karma kanda level also, there are various like types like jnana kanda, upasana kandas, many more. So such people like karma kandi people, they give donation, they give donation to the temple, other humanitarian work, and they expect like big reputation. So when they give like some donation to the hospital, they expect their name in the front of the hospital in very bold, big letter, big word. They expect big reputation. And one time Hiranyakashipu was putting his son Prahlad Maharaj in his lap, and he was asking, what is the best of all subjects that you have learned from your teachers? The Prahlad Maharaj, he was born in a demoniac family, and he was sent to the demon teachers who are the sons of Hiranyakashipu. But they are just teaching Prahlad Maharaj about dharma, artha and kam, not moksha, and not about the bhakti. And but Prahlad Maharaj was very exalted devotee from his birth, from his past life. So he knew everything about the bhakti. His teacher was just teaching about the dharma, artha and kam, but he knew much more higher knowledge than these three things: liberation and bhakti. So when Hiranyakashipu was asking, what is the best of all the subject that you have learned from your teachers? And Prahlad Maharaj, what he said very boldly, not being afraid with his father. His father was demon, but he wasn't afraid. So one of the nature of devotee is fearless nature. Devotee is not fear of anything. So he said the answer Prahlad Maharaj gave was, one who is living in the materialistic way of life, thinking one has the body, and who is living in the conception of I and my, should give up this materialistic way of life, which is like a dark well, and go to the Vrindavan and surrender to the Krishna, with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And after that, many things happen. So this is the answer given by the Prahlad Maharaj. So one should give up the conception of I and my, and should surrender to the Krishna. Why? Because Jivera Surubhaya Krishna Nityadasa. We are the eternal part and parcel of the God. We are the servant of the God. So our duty is to serve Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. Our duty is to please Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. And when we go to some country, so immigration officers, they ask many questions. So why you have come to my country? Why you are here? What is your purpose? Like that. They ask many questions like. They are too much attached to their country. And Prabhupada has called immigration officers as barking dogs. When one dog goes from one place to another place, so that dog from the another place, he barks too loud, right? He attacks the other dog. Like that, in the airport, immigration officers, they ask many questions. What is your name? Bow, bow, bow. Like that. Where are you from? Bow, bow, bow. Like that. Immigration officers are there like barking dogs. Because they don't know, they don't know that this whole universe is the property of the God. They don't know that. They are just identifying, this is my country, why you are here. Like the dog philosophy. And after Karma Kanda level, so after many births, one comes to the level of Karma Yogi. So he comes to the realization that we have to perform duty without being attached to the result. He comes to that level and he started giving some Karma Yogis, they give like secret donation, not letting know anyone that I have given donation, like that. They are not attached to the result. They perform their duty, but they are not attached to the result. And after many births, one come to the level of Jnana Yogi. So he realizes, so what is the benefit what is the benefit of performing the duty if I have to give up the result? He comes to that realization. Then he gives all his activities. He gives all his activities and he starts focusing on Gyan Prayas. Gyan Prayas means he focuses on cultivating knowledge. He focuses on knowing the truth. Up to this stage, he don't know that Krishna is the Supreme Person because he tries to find what is the Supreme. He tries to find what is the real goal of human life. Like that, he tries to do Gyan Prayas. So normally if you see Jnana Yogis, they are lazy people from your eye. Because they are not involved in any kind of activities. They don't do any kind of karma. They just sit in one place, they try to cultivate knowledge, like that they do. And after many so to go from one level to another level, it takes millions of life. It is not like morning you are Ugra Karmi, in the afternoon you are Karma Kanda, not like that. It takes millions of lifetime to go from one level to another level. And finally, after cultivating knowledge, one comes to the knowledge that we have to do meditation. And he start do meditation and he becomes a yogi. And yogi thinks, if there is no karma, no result, then what is the use of planning? Then only he focuses on silent meditation. He started to focus on silent meditation. And then after long years, long time of meditation, he sees Paramatma with a beautifully smiling face in his heart. He sees the super soul with a beautifully smiling face in his heart. And some yogis identify that super soul to themselves and they become Mayavadi. And some yogis they identify that super soul to be the Paramatma and desires to serve Paramatma, and then only after he becomes a devotee. So up to the level of yogi, there is no direct connection with the Lord. So after yogi, one desires to serve the Paramatma in his heart, and only after that he becomes a devotee, and he realizes that Paramatma is the part of Krishna, and he becomes a devotee. So bhakti. So after one becomes a yogi, so there is a chance of becoming the bhakti. When he desires to serve the Lord, then only after he becomes a devotee. And in devotional service, among the devotees also there are various levels. There are Kanishta Adhikari, they are practicing devotees. And Madhyama Adhikari, they are realized devotees. And Uttama Adhikari, they are the pure devotees. This is within the material world, this description. So in spiritual world also, when you go to spiritual world also, there are various categories according to their mood of the devotee. Vaikuntha janito bhara madhupuri tatrapi rasosava brindaranyam udara pani ramanat tatrati govardhana Radha kunda yapi gokula pate prema amrita plavat kurya dasya birajato girita tesheva vivekinaka. So I will quickly read the translation here. So this sloka is from the Nectar of Instruction, text 9. Very beautiful sloka. The holy place known as Mathura is spiritually superior to Vaikuntha. Many of the people, they want to go to Vaikuntha. But superior to Vaikuntha is the holy place known as Mathura. Why? Because the Lord has appeared in the Mathura. So Mathura is superior to Vaikuntha. That's why the residents of Mathura, they are superior to the residents of Vaikuntha Loka. So superior to Mathurapur is the transcendental forest of Vrindavan. Why? Because Krishna has performed Rasa Lila in that forest of Vrindavan. Very beautiful pastime in the Canto 10. Little bit elevated topic this one. First we have to read Bhagavad Gita, other books of Prabhupada, and on Canto 1, Canto 2, Canto 3, like that we have to go to Canto 10, which is the smiling face of Krishna. Because if you go directly to the Rasa Lila pastime of the Krishna, then we will get bewildered. We cannot understand the real absolute truth. And superior to the forest of Vrindavan is Govardhan Hill. So superior to forest of Vrindavan, Govardhan Hill, because it was raised by Sri Krishna by his own hand. Maybe you all know the pastime of Govardhan Lila. Krishna performed when he was a small boy. If you haven't, you can hear in the YouTube, or you can read in the Krishna book. And superior to the Govardhan Hill is the Radha Kund, which is the supreme. Why? Because it is overflowed with the absolute nectarian prema of the Lord of Gokula. Because Krishna has performed many pastimes, beautiful pastimes is Radha Kund, and Radha Kund is overflowed with the nectarian prema of the Lord. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came to give us that prema. We are so merciful. We don't deserve, we don't deserve. Even though we have become the devotees, we behave like karmis. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he very, very merciful incarnation of the Lord. He came to give us that prema bhakti, which is very rare, which is very, very rare. So we have to take the mercy given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very seriously. And we have to perform bhakti. We have to chant the holy name of the Lord as our own life and soul. Jiva jago, Gora Chanda Bole. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has came to wake up from the lap of Maya, like a child. He sleep very nicely in the lap of the mother. He don't know what is going outside. He just satisfied sleeping in the lap of the mother. Similarly, since time immemorial, we are sleeping in the lap of Maya, not knowing what is the truth, what is the real truth, not knowing who are Radha and Krishna. We don't know anything, But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came us to wake up from the lap of the Maya and to give us Prema Bhakti. Very merciful incarnation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Their Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are Radha and Krishna themselves actually. Krishna has came in the mood of Srimati Radharani to give us that Prema Bhakti. And as we have described the many stages of human according to consciousness, so the process after Karma Yoga are all spiritual, the process after Karma Yoga are all spiritual, because there is some connection with the supreme truth. Because in Ugra Karma level, so there is no connection. People are just living with the conception of me. But after Karma Yoga, all the process are spiritual. So so sometimes we make a mistake by considering all spiritual activities to be perfect. So not all the spiritual activities are perfect. Only the spiritual activities that are performed in Krishna consciousness, they are complete and perfect. Any activity we do for pleasing Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, any activity we do to perform Sri Sri Gauranitai, any spiritual activity we perform to please Srila Prabhupada, that is perfect. Yes, maybe you all have heard the story of Gop Kumar. So it's a long story in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. So Gop Kumar, he was the resident of Govardhan, and he started his bhakti with the Gopal mantra. Then he promoted to heavenly planets. Heavenly planets like Surgalok, Chandralok, Suryalok, Janalok, Tapalok, Brahmalok, like that. He promoted to Brahmajyoti. Then he was promoted to spiritual world. In spiritual world, first he was promoted to Ayodhya, Dwarka, Mathura, Puri, like that. But even after serving Mathura, this Dwarka, this Krishna, he was not satisfied, because his study was Nandan Krishna. So only after when he reached to Vrindavan, not this Vrindavan in this module, like Vrindavan in the spiritual world. So he was fully satisfied. Only when he served the Nandan Krishna, he was fully satisfied. So that we have got this big opportunity to serve Sri Sri Radha Gopinath directly. We don't have any qualification. Prabhupada, Gauranitai, they have given us the mercy. So we have to take this opportunity as our own life and soul. We are very busy in like upgrading our materialistic condition of life. But this is useless. One day it will go away from us. Bill Gates is the richest person of the world. But do you think that his wealth will remain with him eternally? No. It's just a matter of time. He may lose it today, tomorrow, or at the time of that he will surely lose. So endeavoring ourselves to upgrade our material economic condition of life, material way of life, that is useless. That is just a waste of time. Instead, we have to use that time in bhakti. We have to use that time to chant the holy name of the Lord. We may have very many responsibilities. We have to fulfill our responsibility. We have to do our duty also. But we should not waste our time in a useless way. We have to use, because time is very precious thing. We cannot buy even 1 second with the huge sum of money. If time is gone. We cannot bring it back. So we have to use time for the service for pleasing the Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. And another time also, so Hiranyakashipu put his son in his lap and he asked, so my dear son, so what is the best of all the subject that you have learned from your teacher? Then this time, what he said? Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Ismaranam Pada Semanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedadam. Only glorifying, chanting the holy name of the Lord, doing the service of Lord, that is the best of all subject. That is the best of all subject. And Hiranyakashipu, this time he chastised the teacher of He chastised the teacher of Prahlad Maharaj. And when he returned back to the ashram, so their teachers asked Prahlad Maharaj, where did you learn all these things? We are not teaching you these things. Where are you getting all the knowledge of this Vishnu, who is our enemy? So he answered, materialistic don't understand Lord Vishnu to be the goal of life. They enter hellish life due to uncontrolled senses and repeatedly chew the chewed. Those whose consciousness is materialistic, they cannot understand Krishna, Vishnu to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They don't know the one and only goal of human life is to serve Krishna. They don't know, because their mind is, their consciousness is too much polluted. Their consciousness is too much polluted. How to improve our materialistic condition of life, how to improve economic development. So they are just focused on dharma, artha and kam. They don't know about liberation and bhakti. So, and their consciousness will not be attracted until they smear their bodies with the dust of great devotees. Only after they smear their bodies in the dust of the lotus feet from the great devotees, only their consciousness will be purified. So it means, when you hear from the great devotees, when you hear from the devotees, when you hear the words of Srila Prabhupada, when you read the purport and translation, when you read the books of Srila Prabhupada, then only our consciousness will be purified. Otherwise, we will have just materialistic conception of life. We can't understand the goal of life. And like a dog goes to door to door asking for food. So in some home he gets food, in some home he gets the punishment, in some home he gets the stick. Likewise, like the dog is going home to home for food, we are changing bodies. We are going from one body to another body in source of satisfaction, in source of happiness. But in not in a single material body will be happy. We have in some life, we have become animals. In some life we have become insects. In some life we have become trees. In some life we have become demigods. But we were never happy in this body. But this human body, it's a very big opportunity to go back to Godhead. Even the demigods in the heaven, they are praying to take birth as a human in this earth in the age of Kali Yuga. Because Kali Yuga, even the Kali Yuga is full of faults. But there is one big opportunity of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In the other yugas, like in Satya Yuga, one has to do the austerity for 60,000 years, like that. But simply in this age of Kali, we can go back to God. We can realize ourselves by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In one of the lecture, Prabhupada has said, Vishwamitra performed austerities, tapasya for 60,000 years to get the perfection. But we devotees, we can get the same perfection by just doing 3 days of Harinam Sankirtan. That is the power of Harinam Sankirtan. That is the power of holy name. That is the power of distribution of Prabhupada books. Just by going 3 days on the street, we can get the perfection what Vishwamitra has got in the 60,000 years of tapasya. Very, very nice, very nice glory of Sankirtan. So, and Prahlad Maharaj, he says to his friends, materialistic person whose senses are not controlled, he is just wasting his time. If you see, just human life is just of 100 years maximum. Now in the current period it has reduced to 60-70, but 100 age is the normal age. Normal age is the age for the people of Kali Yuga. And person who are attached to his body, whose senses are not controlled, he spends his 50 years in sleeping. So that means 12 hours a day So he spent his 50 hours in sleeping. Among 100 years, 50 years in sleeping. And 20 years in childhood, you know. He spent his 20 years in childhood. 70 years gone. Waste. That is waste. And 20 years in old age. So 90, you know, 50, 90 years gone. Then 10 years, remaining 10 years, he spends in earning material possession and family attachments. So 10 years he give in earning money, upgrading his economic development, sense gratification. So he wastes his life. No bhakti. No bhakti. Again, you know, deer or deer. Prabhupada gives the analogy of deer. Deer in one of the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam. Like a deer, you know, a deer, he is very happy grazing in the garden with his wife. And he hears the beautiful sweet sound of bumblebees, and in ecstasy, very nicely he is grazing in the garden. And but he don't see the hunter and the tiger just behind him, ready to kill him. He don't see that. Similarly, a materialistic person, he is very happy living in this material world, hearing the sweet sound of children, you know, like bumblebees. Like the deer is very happy hearing the sweet sound of bumblebees. Oh, like that, right? Bumblebee. like that. Like that materialistic person, he is very happy in this material, hearing the, you know, sweet sound. We call tote boli, you know, sound very sweet. Children speak in very sweet way, right? Tote boli, that we call. What is it? A broken words, very sweet words, and like very happy. And he don't see that death and eternal time is behind him. He don't see. You know, the only thing that is certain in life is uncertainty of life. My Guru Maharaj says like this. The only thing that is certain in life is uncertainty of life. You know, our life is not fixed. We may die at any moment of the life. So we have to perform bhakti as a sense of urgency. We can die at a moment. Like when Parikshit Maharaj knew that he had only 7 days to live, so he renounced everything and he went to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadev Goswami. So here Parikshit Maharaj is showing the importance of Srimad Bhagavatam. Because, you know, as I said, Srimad Bhagavatam is a way of life. It is not any new thing. It is a way of life. It gives us idea how to live a beautiful life, how to do bhakti, how to live beautiful life by performing bhakti, by pleasing Sri Radha Gopinath. Srimad Bhagavatam, it shows the way. It shows the way. You know, so all the issue of Shiva and Daksha started. But even the Daksha, he was a great devotee. He was a devotee. He was a devotee, but he didn't have the tolerance power. You know, he didn't have tolerance. So one time there was sacrificial going on, and the Lord Shiva, and when Daksha Prajapati came, Lord Shiva, he did not wake up. So, you know, when some senior people come, so as a matter of respect, we stand up and we offer our humble obeisances, right? So, but Lord Shiva, he was in trance. He was in deep meditation of Krishna. So he did not knew what was going on outside, and he did not stand up to show respect to Daksha Prajapati. And even though Daksha Prajapati, he was a devotee, so he didn't knew the position of Lord Shiva. You know, Lord Shiva, he was a very exalted devotion. He was the greatest devotee. Great devotee, but he did not knew that. Even he knew that, but he was envious of Lord Shiva. So he blasphemed Lord Shiva. He make many Vaishnava aparad. So due to that Vaishnava aparad, he had to live on the head of goat from first month mantar to 6th month mantar. Not even Vrindavan Das Thakur says, if one do Vaishnava aparad, he have to suffer for many lifetimes. Not one life, many lifetimes. So Vaishnava aparad, it is a very dangerous thing. It is very dangerous thing. So we should be very serious. We should deal with the devotees very seriously, very carefully, not making any offenses. You know, not even he had to suffer in the body of the goat, but he had to lose his dear daughter in the sacrificial arena. He had to suffer in many ways. So Vaishnava is a very serious thing. Vaishnava is like a mad elephant destroying the garden. It destroys our consciousness, Vaishnava. So, so the biggest benediction that Radha Gopinath has given us is the association of devotees. So you all devotees sitting here are nice devotees. So I have got the association of you all. So I am very fortunate for that. So only in the association of devotees we can perform bhakti in a nice way. 99% of people in this world are not devotees. People are devotees. So only we have to try. Only we can develop our bhakti. We can upgrade our bhakti by the association of devotees. So devotee association is a main important thing. By saying this, I want to conclude my Srimad Bhagavatam class. At last, let's say, Vansa kalpa tarubasya kripa sindhu vevasa patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Thank you for attending this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So if there is any question, comment, you can. For that book distribution, preaching is the soul of Prabhupada actually. Prabhupada has said, book distribution, preaching is my soul and ISKCON is my body. Prabhupada has said like that. So, see, when they take that book for free, they will take it for granted. Because if we pay even little for something, so we value that thing. But if they take book on free, I don't think they will read the book. Because mostly Nepalese Indian people, they know the value of Bhagavad Gita, right? They know how precious it is. So they must pay something for that. Just for the printing cost, you can ask donation for the printing cost. There are many ways. You can ask for the printing cost. You can ask them as you can give some donation to the temple. Like that, you can ask in many ways. But if mostly Indian Nepalese people, they know the value of Bhagavad Gita. If they are asking for the free, so it's not good. They must have some respect for Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. You can try in many ways, and there are many videos, there are many tips in the YouTube. You can see their Prabhu. But yeah, book distribution is the soul of Prabhupada. This one, very nice thing. Book distribution, higher service for Prabhupada. The main thing is probably enthusiasm. Enthusiasm to chant the holy name of the Lord. Enthusiasm to read Srila Prabhupada books. Enthusiasm to associate with devotees. So that is the main thing. We must have enthusiasm. If we don't have enthusiasm, so we can't get out from our material past conditionings. We have got many past conditionings because we have spent many lifetimes in this material world serving Maya. So by showing enthusiasm, Prabhu, we can get out from these conditionings. We can get out from our so-called nature, and we can serve Radha Gopinath in very nice way. Enthusiasm, Prabhu, that's main thing. Did I answer your question, Prabhu? Yeah. If Srimad Bhagavatam is saying that it must be true, eh? Yeah, only maybe if Srimad Bhagavatam is saying that after the course of Nandishwara, Brahmana started fall down, then it must be true. I don't know the more details, but thank you, bro. Okay, thank you so much for attending this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. Sri Sri Radha Gopinath.